Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today's episode is going to be a bit quiet. I've had a lot of computer issues over the past couple of days. Windows decided to do an update and it seemed to break everything. So I should have this fixed, or you know what, I'm going to have this fixed by the next video. I started this build and you can see I have a truck here in the background. And I really don't want to lose the footage, to be honest with you, and I have a couple things to work out. I think I know what the issue is now, so we'll get that fixed. So you're really going to miss the little sounds that the tools make and the blocks being put together, but to me it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, today we're going to be building a trophy truck. What you're seeing here is a stadium truck. If you've watched... I'm a really big motorsports guy, and Robbie Gordon's got the Stadium Truck series. That's what this truck kind of looks like. This was morely like a prototype for a bigger truck, morely a big trophy truck, something that may run in the Core off-road series, or maybe even the Baja 1000. I'm not 100% sure. This is a highly requested viewer build. This has appeared a lot in the comments, so I'm going to make this into a little bit of a thing here. Now, if you notice that I'm not, building in the terrain, the reason being I'm going to actually create a track for these too. I don't think it's going to be in this episode. We're going to go and do it in a future episode, but I feel like this would be really cool to create your own track and then have a couple of these things to race around. But anyways, I'm going to look at this one more time and go over how I did this front suspension, and we'll start the trophy truck. Going to make sure I get all this right. Alright, if you noticed something from my last video, and somebody pointed this out, I didn't actually notice it until when I went back and watched it, and it's actually a little embarrassing. When I did my last episode, I was doing this 3 suspension pieces, and it was the garbage truck one, and when the suspension compressed, the outer springs or suspension pieces actually went through the piping, and I know what I did wrong. I don't know how I didn't catch it. I guess just sometimes you're in the moment, you're building, and you just don't notice something. But yeah, I will definitely get that fixed, and I'll do it right this time. These what I've done back here is kind of a placeholder. I'm going a little bit off this design over here. The trophy truck that I want to build here is going to be bigger. It's going to have bigger fenders. I've got a couple pictures pulled up. There's one of this, I think it's a Ford Raptor, and its fender wells, the wheel wells go out. So I'm going to try to do that, and hopefully it looks good. We'll do that, and I'm going to do the same thing. The front suspension is going to be a little different. I think I've done something similar to it. I'm trying to remember which build it was. It wasn't my monster truck build. That was a pretty standard suspension. Anyways, once we get around to it, I'll show you. I'm going to use a controller, and it's going to involve actually building the suspension when it's off the lift. But let's go ahead and continue this back section. Now the thing is, I want to thank everybody. The support has been amazing over the past week. I mean, we've gained 1,000+ subs in 1 week, and that was unreal. I mean, it took me 2.5 months to get to 1,000, but then to have it matched and go beyond it in a week has been absolutely nuts. So I thank everybody for that. I mean, that's really cool. I'm going to make sure I get that out at some point. I know we just kind of passed, and maybe I'm not going to do an update video every time we hit a little milestone. So I just want to throw it out there in the video while I'm building here. Do I think this is going to look good back here? I'm really confused. I don't know how I want to do this back. This whole back section is almost like a placeholder until I figure out exactly how I want to do it. If you notice the stadium truck in the background, and the stadium truck's just a smaller truck. The Robbie Gordon series, I actually saw the trucks in real life, and they're really when you picture a trophy truck, I picture something big, and the stadium trucks just aren't that, and they're not, and they don't even have a unique shape to them. They're really kind of small. They don't have many body lines. They're really a basic looking truck. I do like them. They're really entertaining, and they're But it's just the whole fact that they're just a small, and it's a really simple truck. Thinking I need to go to the back section here and do the bumper. Let's see, the bumper, I'm going to use the same design that I was using for the stadium truck. I'm taking a lot of things from it. It's a fun little thing to drive around, but I want this to be the main, like this is going to be the main build. That's why I'm probably not going to show how I even built that stadium truck. I will include it in the download. We'll put this up for download. I'm not gonna get around to a track today, but I'm thinking about doing this with some of my scrap mechanic builds. You know, I come out with a lot of episodes, and I really feel like I should go in there and actually keep adding, and that's what I do to a lot of my worlds. But something like this, if I'm going to add a track, that ought to be, you know, I want to show me building that track, because like I said, these things take a long time to make. So I feel like it's almost wasted footage or wasted potential. And plus, a lot of people like to see things get built. I mean, regardless if it's vehicles, they want to see buildings get built, and that's just kind of the way I've structured my scrap mechanic videos. So let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna go over here and look at this front. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna copy this, because I think the wheelbase is gonna be different. We're gonna be, I think I made it 2 blocks wider on this new trophy truck. So I've got to figure out how I need to do this with the controllers and have that suspension pieces. Like they're not up and down. They actually come out and they're at an angle. So yeah, this thing actually handles pretty good. This thing's a little prone to try to flip over, but I think it's really the small wheelbase. We're going to try to fix that in the bigger truck. Let me go and fix that body part, because that's absolutely bugging me. Let's see. I really don't think I should have built like the skid plate and all that first. I'm probably going to wind up deleting those parts, and then we'll go back and, because I need to set that suspension down. Now, something that's really funny, and I was doing it with the stadium truck, and I noticed that whenever you build these, like if you place it back on the lift, like the suspension and everything just goes really goofy because you have it on a controller when it drops off. But I noticed, like, even if you have things like intersecting with each other, it doesn't interfere. Like when you drop it off the lift, the parts just go through each other, and everything's fine. And I was really happy that happened, because if not, it was going to be a real challenge to build these, because there's going to be times where you flip it over and you have to put it on a lift. So that looks good. I'm not 100% sure what type of trophy truck, or I don't know if we're doing like a core style truck where they use these enclosed, race courses, or if we're going to do like a Baja truck with all the lights and all that. Still a bit undecided what I'm going to do there. I don't know, maybe we'll do like a mixture of both. I just like having like lights and all that on my truck anyway, so let's see, where do I need to go? We need to do that suspension. Oh, is that going to be, I think that's matched up. This looks goofy because I have the, like, you see the lift, and that lift is actually not, like, attached to the vehicle right now. That's the only way I can build this, is if it's not attached. I need to have the controller active, so it's actually, making these parts move around. I'm going to try to show you the best I can here. Let's hook this up. I like, I wish we had a welding tool, and I know it's coming. This would make, like, suspension so much easier to make, like, really unique ones. We're kind of at the mercy of, like, at first I wanted to have, like, a whole, like, rear axle and all that. But if you can't weld the sides together, it makes it really awkward. And if you've seen my 2-ton truck, I have a back axle on it, but when it goes over bumps, that axle actually like separates on each side, and it moves independently. It doesn't move together. So as soon as we get a welding tool, that's going to be fantastic. We can sit there and do all sorts of unique designs with it. And I'm really excited. I was a little bummed that it didn't come out in the latest update. It was those music blocks, and to be honest with you, it doesn't really interest me that much. That's good. I was trying to make sure that was gonna go down, but anyways, yeah, those music blocks, that's just something that, I mean, they're cool, and I imagine people are gonna do some really unique stuff with them, but that's just not me. Like, if you watched any of my videos, you know that I like to build vehicles. I'm big on the vehicles. I mean, they don't have to be complex vehicles. I like just off-road vehicles, military vehicles. It's just, I mean, that's probably why a lot of you have subscribed to my channels, because you like the same types of builds I like. We're going to throw a second suspension piece. I don't really know if it's going to have much of an effect. I think everything's going to wind up compressing, but it might do something whenever we start to turn. Maybe the top spring or top suspension piece will compress and the bottom one will kind of decompress and try to roll the body a bit. Let's hook those up. Okay, that front wheelbase is off. I need to add a part here. I need to extend it out. I guess it really needs to go out one more block, and it should be even with the back. Yeah, that's a little strange. We'll go back and try to fix this. Okay, I've added a piece here. I've added this one pipe that goes up. That should fix it. In theory, that should, with the one pipe going out, that would make the wheelbase even. It might not be perfectly even, because I've got a lot of bearings here, and everything's this suspension is kind of going every which way. I'm trying to think. I finally figured out which video. I had a dune buggy video, and to be honest with you, I don't really like the build. It was bare, and I was trying to do something unique, and I didn't even put a body on it. It's really just a roll cage, and I don't really like the build itself. There's always a couple videos I go back and be like, man, I really wish I didn't, I wish I could have done something different, but it did have something. The thing it had going for it was the suspension is similar to this, not quite as complex. And I wouldn't even say this is really complex. It's just getting it to work right. But yeah, what am I looking? This is strange. I keep seeing that one side, it's a little higher than the other, but I got to remember that lift is not actually attached. It's just probably the pressure that it's putting on one side. And the weight's not even right now, so it keeps throwing me off because that left side's up higher than the other side. But let's put this wheel on. We'll see if everything matches here. Hopefully the wheelbase is really close. I have a feeling it's going to be a bit off, but it shouldn't be too bad. Let's see. Let's grab that bearing, put it back down. Let's connect. Did I get another? Okay, wait, there it is. To find where the bearing for the steering was. I don't wonder if it's better to put the steering at the top or put it below the actual suspension piece. I don't know. That looks pretty good though. I think the wheelbase is just a little off. I think the front wheels may be just a tick wider. I don't think it's too bad. Let's grab some blocks here and put it up the side and see how off it is. Yeah, I would say maybe a quarter block, so that's really close. That should be okay. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of movement in this front end. Ooh, that side looks a bit strange. Oh, yeah, duh, I haven't fixed it. All right, yeah, I need to go and put this other piece and fix this side here, so probably do that and skip over some of this here and get to the more body work. And I think we need to do the front next. Okay, front next. What's really weird about these trucks? They don't really have big front ends at all. They'll have the skid plate, and some will have bumpers. Not all of these trophy trucks have bumpers. I'm thinking the front end so high is because, these things take a lot of jumps. You don't want that body work on the front digging in. And of course, a lot of them have a pretty big skid plate under them. So, I'm going to try to do something similar too. We're not going to make it too high. We're going to stop here and we'll put this slant block. Now, there's been a lot of questions about this slant block and why I still use it. Since now that we have the paint tool, in theory, I can go back and, paint some of my other, I can paint some of these slants and make them look similar. I'm going to try to start doing that. This build, I'm going to put it up for download. You are going to need the slant mod. I need to be better about, trying to think about everybody is not going to have that mod in. So, next build, we'll try to not use it. I'll see if I can get around. I've gotten so used to using it. It's it's just instant. I always use it. So, we'll try not to. Why does that not go across? Oh, I think it's because the suspension's actually moved a bit. Now it's weird. It looks like there's a bearing hanging out. The only thing we can do, let's put this on the lift here. Put it up. Actually, no, we need to completely put it on the lift. Now look at the front end. It looks really, really weird. Like I said, as soon as you take it off the lift, it just pops out and it just goes right out there. It's just fine. So it looks funny how the wheels are on each other, but watch this. Boop. That's it. That's amazing that works. How many problems I have with Scrap Mechanic and like getting stuck in my creations or having weird crap happen. It's amazing that it actually just pops right out and everything's good. So this is looking pretty good. Let's do a little bit of touch-up work here and we'll think about paint. Okay, I'm not happy with this back fender at all. I think the picture I've got, it's gonna be similar to the front fender. I'm thinking the only change, it's not gonna be quite as wide, but no, that's almost like what we had a while ago. How about we go like maybe this? Maybe we could... Do I want to put the slant there, or do I want to put the... That would be good. No, that slants off. One more. How about there? Man, this is... That's tight, but that should be fine. Let's see, where else do I need to go here? Paint-wise, I think we're going to do a black and red. I think we're going to go with... I almost wanted to paint it like the, if you saw my 1,000 sub video, I went back and painted the monster truck, and I painted it like red, white, and blue, and it looked really cool. I almost thought about doing it for this, but I think we're going to stick with just doing it the way it is. I don't know. You know, I might build another one of these, and like maybe something almost like an exact copy, because I feel like, you know, if I put this up for download, once we get the track and everything together, that some people might want to race these things around with friends. And heck, I mean, I might even do a video with friends. I've got some collaborations that I'm trying to get together, and I've got, you know, I feel like that's kind of also the direction that I want to start going and start doing builds with people. You know, and like I said, I want everybody to be able to enjoy it, including my friends and stuff like that. So, you know, we have some pretty exciting stuff. We'll talk about it a little bit towards the end of this build, of what we're going to be doing in the future. Red. All the red. So we're going to paint the bottom 2 blocks red. I'm thinking everything else black. All the roll bars and all these suspension pieces we're going to paint black. I really wish you could paint the actual suspension. I don't understand why you can't. Like, you can see the spring and all that in there. That would be nice to be able to paint, but it always stays orange. I don't know why you can't paint it, to be honest with you. It seems like that would be a thing. It's like the pipe pieces. Like, you can only paint the blue in them. You can't paint the gray, so that's always a little weird. But, man, maybe that will change in the future. I hope that does. Let's see... Yeah, we're almost ready to test. What I really want to do test-wise, like I said, it might be a little disappointing to some that we're not gonna, like, I'm not gonna have a full-on track yet. This hasn't taken too long. I mean, the combined time between the stadium truck and this one has taken quite a while. But I want to put a track together, and actually, you know, before I really start putting this track together, I actually want to hear from some of you in the comments, kind of what you want to see for a track. Because I'm interested, you know, I'm thinking something close to, I've heard a lot of people talk about like making like arenas and stuff like that. If you've seen any of the core racing or any of the stadium truck, the Robbie Gordon stadium trucks, they run on these really tight courses with a lot of jumps and stuff like that. So we're going to build a jump here in a second and make sure that this thing actually works. That's the only thing I'm a little concerned about, is not being able to actually take jumps in these vehicles, so... Okay, folks, I think we're ready. I think I've got everything in pretty good shape here. Let me go ahead and fix this. The motors on some of these things, a lot of these trophy trucks set on the side of the driver, so I've got it there. Let's test this out, make sure everything works in the front end. I did a little bit of testing a while ago, but I've added some body parts on it, so I want to make sure that the balance hasn't changed much. This is actually pretty amazing. The whole fact that like it's bouncing around a lot, and a lot of that actually has to do with the lag in the game. But I'm not losing control of it. Like I've had a lot of vehicles that go fast, and you get to that bouncing, and it just shoots out and flips. But yeah, it seems to be taking the bumps rather well. The front really seems to be working. It actually looks like the trophy trucks too. Like the front end just lifts and picks. If you watch these things, a lot of times the front tires, like the front lefts, when you're turning, or the front left and right, depending on which way you're turning, I mean, those things absolutely like lift off the ground. So that was actually, I actually really like the way this is working. Let me fix this back in real quick. I meant to put these bars back here. You know, a lot of these bars, some of the trophy trucks have like spare tires sitting on here, and this is a part of the roll cage and all that, and everything ties together. But the way I've done these on other builds, and I have no way of actually connecting them to the back end, but I like to have them there, and they'll just kind of go down into the bed of the truck here and kind of disappear. I just like the way they look. It does a little bit for the vehicle. You know, I'm trying not to make it look too plain. I mean, there's not much to the look of a trophy truck, depending on, you know, which one you're looking at. So we'll do that. Let's go. I'm gonna go build that jump real quick, and then we're gonna put some more lights on this truck at least. All right, folks, we have a ramp. Hopefully it works. I'm a little afraid that it's not gonna, like, it's gonna just bounce off of it or something. It's gonna do something strange, just knowing my luck. So let's turn around and let's try to hit this thing at full speed here. Oh, 2 wheels. Okay, let's do that. And wow, that was rather embarrassing. I missed the ramp. I hit half of it. Okay, let's do that again. Let's turn around. I really love the pickup. You know, I could slow this thing down a bit, which I might, depending on the track that I design. That'll kind of judge the speed that I want on these things. Let's turn around. Let's try to hit this again. Let's try not to miss it this time. There we go, and boop! Wow. Okay, yeah, that actually lifts. It lands. I'm surprised we didn't flip there. Everything seems to be working really good. I like this design. I like this vehicle a lot, actually. This actually encourages me to go out and build a track. I'm thinking that we're going to use quite a few of those jumps, and we'll experiment around with it. I've got some changes. I want to keep the stadium truck. Like I said, the stadium truck's just a more compact trophy truck. I'm going to make a couple adjustments to it because I'm not 100% satisfied with it, and obviously I'm trying to flip it over here, but let's position these. I need to take a screenshot, and oh yeah, I need to go back in. I'm going to put some lights on the top of the big trophy truck. I think it would look really cool. Alright, I think I'm going to actually put the bar, normally I put it on the top of the roof. I'm actually going to cut in and make the bar come out. I think it would look better. But yeah, that's probably going to about wrap it up for this episode. Like I said, next episode, we're going to go in and we're going to create a track. So if you've got any designs or anything you'd like to see, comment below. Also, if you'd like to like the video and subscribe, everything's really working out. I mean, it's been fantastic the past couple weeks. I've got some other gaming videos coming out. I'm going to start mixing it up a bit more. I think 3 to 4 scrap mechanic videos a week is the healthy amount. I think it's the amount that I don't get burned out on the game, and I can still provide you guys with plenty of scrap mechanic content. I do have some things going on. Maybe we're going to get some more people involved. I want to get some of my friends involved. We've been talking over some things, and I think everything's going to be really cool once everything gets rolling, and like I said, tomorrow we'll probably introduce some new things. Maybe it might be a planet coaster, it might be something else, I don't know. But yeah, we'll continue this towards the end of the week, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you.